So we look around the roads today, and there's so many people driving gigantic pickups. I mean, it's still the fastest growing segment of automotive sales. Light trucks, pickup trucks, they're just explosive on the market. The question is, do you really need a full-size truck? I'm Gary Grant, also known as the Garage Guy. With me today is EnviroDad, Eric Novak.
That'd be me.
And we're in a 2019 Ford Ranger. Let's go for a little drive and have a little chat.
Sure.
Let's go windows up because...
Yep. No problem.
So this is one thing with this Ranger. This is a Lariat edition. So this is the fully jam-packed sort of deal. And I always question any auto manufacturer with today's technology when it comes to sort of odd contenting decisions.
Yeah.
And auto up and down on the driver's door, not on the passenger door.
Yeah, you see that in all kinds of cars.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you can do it on one side, why not the other?
Well, exactly. I mean, the switchgear costs, there's no difference in cost.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, without looking at a spec sheet, I'm pretty sure that the Lariat is the top line for this truck. I think.
I don't think there's a Platinum or anything like that. No.
I don't think so either. But so, you know, my question that I pose is, all these people driving these half-ton pickups, with Ford being the #1 seller,
right,
like kind of everywhere.
Yeah, the F-Series just outsells everything.
Yeah, but do they really need that much truck? So this week, as some of you watching know, I also own a catering company that does a lot within the automotive industry, and in that capacity this week, I've put this truck through its paces. We've had the bed full of firewood.
Yeah.
This morning I returned a big event grill that fit in the bed just fine with the stock tie downs. Tied it in place. It was all good. Went to the 40th anniversary of the Verac Vintage Racing Festival at Shannonville with a fully loaded trailer and the bed full of pop and water, and it was, you know, it performed flawlessly.
Right.
What else did we put in the bed? We had something else big in here, and I've had, you know, 3 passengers in the truck with me. It's gotten not terrible fuel economy. I mean, it's 13.5 liters over the last 800 kilometers.
But then that's your foot. I've driven this Ranger too, and I think I managed to get it under 11. But then our driving styles are a bit different.
Well, our driving styles are different, but also bear in mind that 200 kilometers ish of that 800 was towing a loaded trailer with
of course,
with the bed full
it's
of
all
stuff.
relative.
So that and while I drive gently when I'm towing, I was traveling, you know, maybe 120 on the highway. So,
you know, it's interesting to think though that this is what we call now a mid-size truck, but if you look at the lineage of F-150s, you know, once upon a time this mid-size Ranger was the equivalent size of an F-150. I mean, it's we've supersized these trucks, and they're big monstrous. You get the full size cab. You put a long box on it, and you know, you're talking 20 feet or more in length. So you know, you're right. Does one need that? And you know, the people who drive it will say, of course I do. But if you ask them how many, you know, use it for, you know, that which a truck is designed to be for, you know, as opposed to how many people are using it while I've got my kids to soccer and to hockey and to groceries. I mean, I mean, a truck like this would likely suit their needs.
Yeah. Oh, I know what the other thing I put in it was. My kid and I picked up drywall.
Right.
And we put drywall in the back. And here's the difference. With the drywall in the back, the bed itself, like the tailgate opening, is 48 inches. 50 inches, I think. So drywall will fit, but it's only 44 inches in between the wheel wells.
Right.
So you can't
tricky.
lay down the like drywall or a 4x8 sheet of plywood as you could in a full-size truck. So
and that's true, yeah.
So if you're actually using the truck for work,
Yeah.
and there's a key, then yes, you need the full-size one.
A couple of weeks ago, I was driving and reviewing the Gladiator, the Jeep Gladiator.
Yes.
It's the same thing. The Gladiator is designed as a mid-sized truck, although I still think it's a Jeep with, a little extra in the back.
Yeah.
And the same thing. It's bed. It's 5 foot, so 60, and you get to just under 80, I think it was, with the lid open. And I had some difficulty. I had to get some patio furniture outside, and I had a table and chairs. I had to make 2 or 3 trips. So I still would have maybe had to make a second trip with the full size, but just arranging the table, hanging off the edge, yeah, it has limitations. But at the same time, how often does that take place?
Well, and I mean, with this catering business, I'm a U-Haul frequent flyer. I mean, I rent trucks like they're crazy.
Right.
But the reality is, for most people, I picked up 4 sheets of drywall, and somewhere along here I'll show the picture. We had to put some 2x4s under them and put them in at an angle so that they didn't bounce and break. But it's doable for the average person. And if you need something bigger, a U-Haul pickup truck in town is $14 a day during the week.
Yeah,
right?
That argument is the size you need. I mean, you could make, I know we're talking trucks, but even if you switch over to cars, if you'd say I'm EnviroDad, to the regular cars versus, say, electrics, and they'll say, well, range anxiety. Well, how many times are you really dealing with range anxiety in a year? And if it's in those, couple of times to say, well, I'm driving way up north and I really can't bother to charge up. Well, once or twice a year, you can rent a gas car or do something like that. So if something like a Ranger in a mid-size category meets your needs 95% of the year, well, figure out the other 5% instead of having to go much larger.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, on that other topic, you and I have long disagreed on a lot of things. At least you've stopped using the word green when it comes to electric cars, because I think we all.
No, it is. It's far better than the alternative. There's nothing when they say green. It's not. There's no zero perfect pie in the sky option.
No, there isn't.
But it's far better than what we can do with regular internal combustion. And that's for a different discussion.
That's a different discussion. But
I can't wait to talk about one day the all electric F-150. But that's when
that's coming. That's coming, and that's exciting. And so, if you're in the market for a truck, seriously take a look at the Ranger, or not pimping the other guys, but or a Tacoma or something that is not a full-size truck. They're so much easier to drive on a day-to-day basis. They're easier to park because, despite what anybody will tell you, there's outside of Costco, there's no parking lots that are designed to accommodate a half-ton pickup truck.
So what you're saying is, assess what your needs are, not necessarily what your wants are.
Exactly. Now, I've enjoyed doing this, and we've talked about doing this for some time. Hopefully, some of you watching have enjoyed it, because I think what we're going to start doing soon is in the Garage Cafe in Whitby, some night of the week, probably Monday nights, we haven't decided yet. We're going to start doing Facebook Live with both me, the Garage Guy, and Eric, EnviroDad, and then we'll talk about cars weekly, answer questions, but we're also, because it is the Garage Cafe, we're also going to bring in some guests, some of whom are going to be barbecue types, some of whom are going to be more automotive guys. Try and make it a weekly thing and have some fun with it. So
you're going to feed me?
Yeah, I think we can arrange that.
Oh, fine.
And you know what?
I'm in.
And we'll feed you too if you come and visit us at 105 Consumers in Whitby. Don't forget the Garage Guy on Instagram, EnviroDad on Instagram. I think that's what you are.
Yeah, EnviroDad, yeah. Twitter, Facebook, all those other things too.
All of that stuff.
YouTube.
Eric
Novak on YouTube, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. And that's it for us. We got to take this thing back, and I'm picking up a convertible Mustang GT for the week. Not practical, but it's a beautiful sunny day. It's gonna be fun. And you've got...
I've actually got an F-150, but the diesel version. Talking about what's more fuel efficient, diesel versus say a 3.5 EcoBoost. We'll talk about that.
Fantastic. Have a great week, everybody. Ciao.